Hello, I'm Yves Delat. I'm the CEO of SONACA Group. SONACA is a very renowned aerospace and defense player. We have more than 7,000 employees globally, spread across 27 production sites in 3 different continents. We're very well known for our activities in aerospace, where we are the third largest independent player in body of the aircraft, in aerostructure. But we're also fairly active in defense, with close to 100 million of revenue. We do, of course, structure for defense aircraft, being it fighters or tactical transport aircraft, but we also have fairly advanced defense program. We help designing the next generation of interceptor, hypersonic interceptor. We're also producing a system to manipulate the torpedoes for the Brazilian Navy, and we are developing more and more activities in missile, interceptors, and counter-UAV. So SONACA, we have been integrating complex supply chain, developing complex program with more than 60 certified complex work package today. And so we're recognized by the OEM for that capacity. On the other end, we are also a mass producers. Every single day we produce dozens and dozens of slats. We produce 10,000 slats per annum, which is very particular in the aerospace industry. And so we want to bring our mass production capabilities to the defense ecosystem. Belgium is very particular. We are amongst the top leader in aerospace and defense because we are a land of innovation, because we're also very adaptive for different cultures. I think it's a key strength that we have different language, and so this is something we can work with the Germans, we can work with the Americans, and also we're able to mass produce. And I think innovation, cultural ability, and mass production are the 3 key elements that make Belgium such a special land for defense development.
So I'm Philip Verhagen. I'm the CEO, I'm the founder of the company. We founded it 14 years ago with the idea of certification and automating certification of large manned aircraft computers. And 11 years ago we were asked to actually help certify the large UAVs. And about 2 years ago we decided, well, with the Ukrainian situation, we actually need to help and create our own drones. What we see is that there's a large set of drones that are on the high end and on the low end. But we're aiming for the automotive class, so the price of a car and the volumes of a car. That's what we do. And so with that we create the mission aircraft, which is the big 4-meter wingspan aircraft. It has 10 different missions that it can do. Most popular right now is just camera, but it can also carry quadcopters and other things. So that is where we started, but we quickly found, of course, that the main problem or a big problem of many nations is incoming Shaheds and incoming drones. So the air defense is added on with this guy. This is a jet-driven drone, 600 kilometers an hour. It can actually take out Shahed very comfortably overseas. And then, of course, there was also the need for a smaller solution because you can't really use this over Zaventem or Belgium. So what we need is a small drone, and that's where the little interceptor comes in. So that is how we started evolving, and in the end we also need to integrate with others. We need to help others integrate with us, so we have these 3 components of air defense, platforms and integration. So we're actually starting up now production in Ghent, and this year we still want to be at 138 of these drones, larger drones that we want to produce. We aim to hit 50 drones a day in production by the end of next year. If we do that a whole year, that's about 10,000 of those big drones a year. So this is really, we say this is automotive grade, this is where we want to be, and that's really makes so if you say I need 1,000 drones, that we can just deliver that. That's really is the focus here.
So hello, I'm Laurence Nedelec. I'm the sales manager for CPP Belgium and Slovakia. So CPP is an American group with several companies all over the world. And in Europe, we've got 3, so Belgium, Slovakia, and Poland. Our main activities are foundries. We've got foundries in the US and in Europe. The aeronautics is the sector we are asked for delivery and for parts. We are producing aeronautics parts for civil and defense and military programs. The value of our product is It's very technical, metallurgically and dimensionally. We've got very big parts for some programs, and the request, the requirements, the demand of our customer are very, very tough, very severe, and this is the success of our company because it is very precise and it asks a lot of developments. And with engineers, we've got, of course, an engineering team. This is our success all over the world for that. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
So my name is Jean-Pierre Chizogne. I'm an aerospace engineer, and within the Skywin's cluster, I'm in charge of the space activities. Skywin is a competitiveness cluster, which having two missions. First one is to enhance innovation inside our Walloon ecosystem by developing R&D project that has to include 2 companies and 2 research sectors at the minimum. Okay, and the second mission is related to internationalization, where we are helping the sectors or the companies of the sector to export, and as well welcoming investors from abroad. We are developing partnerships with our colleagues all around Europe, and so it's very important for them to add a presence. They are not able each to come at every fair, every defense or every aeronautical organization, so we are there to support and to bring back some contact for them. That's one of our aim with discussing with our colleague, the other cluster internationally, and trying to see how we can match together and how we can make some link to do business together.
My name is Bert Beulen. I'm Chief Executive Officer of a company called Euramec. Euramec is the only company in Belgium that is active in the development and production of simulators. Initially only flight simulation systems. Now we are looking into a much wider world, and we are also looking into naval simulators. We're looking into land-based systems. We're looking into training systems for drone countermeasures. So we're like a one-stop shop for highly customized simulation systems. Euramec is, we are not having a standard product catalog. We speak with our customers and we develop together with them the systems. So everything we do is highly customized. We are working both for the defense world, but also for the commercial world. We do systems to do basic training and recurrent training of pilots. But not only the pilots. In some of the aircraft, we also have systems that simulate the situations for the rear crew, where we are looking, for example, at ISR systems, sensor simulation, equipment that is on board. So it's the whole mission and the integration of the entire crew training. We do work not only for operators of the systems, but we work also sometimes closely together with the OEM of certain aircraft or systems. So we have systems in, I would say, on every continent almost. By the way, we also have an office in USA where we actually supply to both the military, law enforcement agencies as well. Yeah.
Well, Benoit Reinders, CEO of BMT Aerospace. BMT Aerospace is a company which is active in gear and gearbox manufacturing. And we do that out of 4 locations worldwide, 2 in the US, 1 in Belgium, which is the headquarters actually, and 1 in Romania. We make gears and gearboxes which go into the engine, so as a passenger you don't see them really, but they are turning in the engines, and they're also active in the wing. So BMT Aerospace is actually producing the parts for civil applications, but also for military applications. So you might know or not that BMT Aerospace was one of the Belgian companies which was already making parts for the Pratt & Whitney engine for the F-35 aircraft before Belgium acquired these aircraft. So still today we are making these parts for the F-35. The parts we're making create value in the ecosystem of the aircraft because they transfer the rotating part of the engine to electricity that feeds pneumatic systems, electricity system, cockpit, and so on. So the parts we are making are essential to the flight of the aircraft.
My name is Erwan Alna Dufrote. I am a project leader of IDDEA. IDDEA means International Digital Defense Equipment Agency, and we develop a software that enables to recognize and identify non-military equipment. As you can see, for now, we just developed the land part, but we also work on the aerial part, and we are able to identify the exact model of the drone, especially for huge drone like MAL drone. And for the FPV, we are more focused on identify the munitions they got, or if there is a mine, or if it's a gun, to help the operator to know how to neutralize the threat.
I'm Anton Boeykens, working for the Belgian security and defense industry, which is a part of Agora, the National Defense Industry Association. We have 200 companies, members, working in the different sectors of the industry. It's mostly SMEs, smaller companies, but also some important tier 1 companies. And what we see today here in Farnborough this week, it's a mix on the Belgian pavilion of those smaller companies and bigger players. So very nice to see all these people come together and working together. Actually, if you look at the results of the European Defence Fund or other innovation mechanisms, we are very much represented in R&D phase. So that means that we have a high technological base and skilled people to integrate their solutions into the larger OEM products. So it's quite some important asset we have there. Also mentioned yesterday on the booth here by the Minister President Diependahl that the future will be always technological, and there we are well positioned in Belgium to offer those solutions to the international customers. It's very diverse. I think about precision mechanics, which is definitely important in aerospace. Precision needs to be absolute, and also in other domains we see upcoming technologies like AI, where I think we can have an edge in Belgium. There is a dedicated space zone here in Farnborough. It's an important topic, and also there in Belgium, both in Wallonia and in Flanders, we have some impressive companies making progress and being at the top of the technology really in the world. We have here Sol.One, one of our members, and they're actually developing different type of multi-mission drones. We see the saboteur drone, which can act as a mothership or fire rockets or drop smaller drones. Then they also have the interceptors with the Hitchhiker and the Buzzkill, which is actually a type of interceptor drones with electrical or with jet engine driven. But there are also many other companies and different sectors. But this is, I think, an eye-catcher of the booth, because it's really something that you can touch and making a lot of curious people. People know what Belgium has to offer. Belgium is very known in the world, I would say, and we see a lot of countries now opening up to the European market, trying to diversify their partnerships. And Belgium is definitely high on the list of partnerships they want to establish or increase, because we are also close to the political powers and decision centers in NATO, in EU. This together with the fact that we are centrally located between bigger neighboring countries, UK, France and Germany. I mean, Belgium has some important role to play, and other countries see that. So we get a lot of people that are actually coming to us.